You're clear with this, right? How we are getting input from the user, yes or no? Okay, so yeah, we were trying to give string as an input over here, yes or no? And what happened? So it was not accepting. Again, we are getting value error. So again, I cannot sit and give a string str. You cannot change, yes or no? Because maybe if your problem statement is just adding two numbers or dealing with calculator or dealing with the addition, subtraction, then okay. Restricting with numbers is fine. But what in case if your user wanted to add anything? For example, he can combine or add two lists, two string. He can do anything. In that case, we can't restrict with the string. Okay, so what can we do? We have one function called eval, which it will accept any input from the user. It doesn't mean if I'm saying any input, it will not add list with integer. I'm telling that it works for all the data type. You can combine list with list, string with string. See here, it will accept string with string. Hi, hello. Okay, so it will accept list with list. It will accept integer. Okay, so eval function will accept any input from the user. Clear? Clear with this? Because as of now, we were giving input by ourselves, but you should also know how to get input from the user. Fine. Okay. So now I'll proceed with the operator. I just wanted to add this, so I mentioned. Fine. So operators, what all the operators we are going to see today? So we are going to just cover what is arithmetic operator. I think all these are basic, but few operators will be a bit different. Okay, so you have to be aware of this. We have arithmetic operator, comparison operator, equality operator, then logical. Then we have assignment operator, then we have membership operator, then identity operator. We'll explore what is this operator one by one. Okay, so first we'll deal with arithmetic operator. So when you hear arithmetic, so what all we have in arithmetic? Yes, very simple. We have, let me put it in the bracket, we have addition, then we have subtraction, then we have division, then we have multiplication, then we have hold on, then we have a floor division. Okay, one single slash is floor division. If it is double, it is floor division. I'll tell you what is the difference. Then we have modulo, then we have exponent, double star. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly each one is. Okay, now for example, let me take two variable a equal to 10 and b equal to 20. Okay, so in case if I wanted to add two numbers, how we are going to do it? We're going to add a plus b. Yes or no? So you will get the answer. A plus b is 30. And how will you perform subtraction? A minus b. That's it. Okay, so likewise, we're going to do it for all the operators. What about division? Print A. No, this is normal division. A divided by B is a normal division, what we are doing. Okay, so if I run this, I'm getting 0.5. So 10 divided by 20, it's getting 0.5. Or let me change the value like 80, or let me change it as 65. Okay. Okay, this is how the answer we are getting. A plus B, A minus B, and A divided by B. This is a normal float division. So where your quotient will be 3.25. And what in case if I am giving print A double slash B? So this we used to call it as floor division. So this one is float division. Okay. And this one we call it as float division. Floor. Hold on. Floor division. Okay. So I'll tell you what is the difference. If I'm running this, look at the answer. For A divided by B, I'm getting 3.25. And what about floor division? I'm getting 3, which means the same thing, it is dividing. Okay, we are going to get the quotient. But the floor, what it is taking now, is taking the round value. Clear? This is the difference between float and float division. Okay. So float division will not take decimal, it will take the round point. If it is 3.25, it's going to take 3. Fine. Okay. And let me work with the other operator, and A multiplied by B. And your answer will be this one. 65 into 20. And what about double star? Double star is nothing but, we used to call this double star in Python, it's exponent. It is exponent. Exponent, it is nothing but, for example, if I'm giving A double star, that is A exponent B, it means that A to the power B. A double star is nothing but A to the power B. So now what will be the scenario? 65 to the power 20. For example, if I'm taking, let me take a very small value. I'm taking 4 and 2. Okay, so my answer, what is the question now? 4 to the power B. So A is 4, B is 2. So 4 to the power 2. So my answer will be 60. Clear? This is called A exponent B, A to the power B. If you're seeing double star, it is exponent, it is to the power, A to the power B. Okay. And the last one we have is modulo. What is modulo? Very simple. Reminder, whenever you're dividing something, you will be getting quotient. That is a normal division, float and floor. You will look for the quotient. What is modulo? The remainder. If you divide something, you will get the remainder, right? So that is modulo. So if I run this, I think the modulo will be 0. Because I think 4 is divisible by 2. So that's why our remainder is 0. Clear? So these are the arithmetic operators we have. See, the operators, we are just learning what are the operators we have. Further, when we are working on if condition, for loop, while loop, definitely we are going to use this operator, and only we are going to get the solution for each problem statement. So be clear with the operators then and there. Are you clear with arithmetic operator? Yes. Good. A reminder, yeah. Yes, Dhalakshmi, it's reminder. Okay. Okay, so we'll move towards the next operator, which is nothing but comparison. See, from the word comparison, you can understand it deals with comparison, comparing two data or two variables. For example, I'm going to compare whether lesser than or greater than or lesser than equal to or greater than equal to. We're going to perform all these operators. Okay, for example, let me take again some value A equal to 30, B equal to 25. Okay, so now you can start comparing whether A is less than B. When I compare whether A is less than B, no, A is not less than B, it is greater. Yes or no? So in that case, what will be your outcome? Whenever you are comparing something, checking something, lesser than or greater than or equal to, if you are comparing and checking something, your output will be in a Boolean format. What is Boolean? Yes, I think Damodar and Mahesh are right. So it is like, it will give you true or false. So based on this question, if I am asking A less than B, no, false. So your answer will be false. And what about greater than symbol? If I am comparing A greater than B, yes, I think as per this value, A is greater than B. So I'll be getting true for the second one. Okay. And what about equal to? For example, if I'm having 30, then it will, if I compare it is equal to, then your answer will be true. Okay. So I'm having 25 here. So if I compare print A less than or equal to B, then again my answer is going to be false. Got it? So this is how you are going to compare the operators. And what about if I compare with different data? For example, I'm comparing 30 with the string. What will happen? Type error. You can't compare. See, the error clearly tells you these type of operator, less than, greater than, it doesn't support between int and string. That is between different data type. So when you're comparing something, both should be of same data, right? Then only you can compare. Only if you have some similarity, you can compare. Okay, so you can't compare with a different data type. What about when I'm comparing list with list? For example, I'm comparing list with list. So what will be the answer for this? Let me go one by one. I'm comparing whether A is less than B. It's telling true. How? Any idea? Yes, Venkatesh, like a string with arithmetic operator, if you are comparing string with integer, it will not work. But you can compare string with string, list with list. It will compare letter by letter. And if you're comparing list, it will compare element by element. See, what is the first list I have here? For example, let me take it here itself. 1, 2, 3. This is the list A. And list B is 5, 6, 7. Okay. See how it will compare now? It will compare first element. Okay. So what is the first element in the first list is 1. And first element in the second list is 5. Now it will compare whether 1 is less than 5. Yes. On the first comparison itself, my condition got satisfied. So it is going to give you true. What in case if I'm having 7 here? When I'm comparing 7 less than 5, no. It is not less than, so your answer is going to be false. So it is going to compare element by element, but mostly the answer will be revealed in the first element comparison itself. Then you can ask this question, then when it will compare second element or third element. For example, if both first element, if you have same numbers, then it will start comparing second element. Now it will compare 2 less than 6 or more. Yes, it is true, so your answer will be true. Only if your first element is same, it will start comparing second element. Then again, if it is second element you have same, then it will move to the next option. Like it will move to the next element. It will compare third element. Clear? So this is how the comparison works between list and all those things. Clear? Clear with comparison? Yes, Vinod Kumar, it will compare, check each element. Yes, you're right. Okay. So now we'll move towards equality operator. What is equality? I think equality, we have only two things, very easy. Equality operator. We have only two things. One, we are going to compare whether it is equal to or not equal to. This exclamatory equal to is nothing but not equal to. Only two things is there. Whether we are going to compare equal to or not equal to. For example, if I'm taking, let me take A equal to 30 and B equal to 67. So I can just compare whether A is equal to B. No. So your answer will be false. Okay. So if I'm checking whether A is not equal to B, then yes, it's true. This is how equality operator will work. Clear? And next we have logical. See, logical is very simple. How many of you know about truth table? Truth table. What is truth table? Any idea? True, false, true, or we'll have logical and then or. I think in school days we'd have learned this truth table, but let me show you how that truth table will look. Okay, hold. Okay, so this is the truth table. Let me bring it over there. This is how the truth table will look. Sorry. Okay. See, the truth table will be like this. For example, we have logical and logical or, and we have logical not. Okay, so the truth table will be like this. If you take and truth table, if you have true and true, your answer is going to be true. This we have to remember. There is no other choice. Okay. Then if you have true, false, then your answer is going to be false. False, true, false, 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 false. Okay, I will give you one shortcut, which is like you can able to remember this truth table easily. Okay, just it's a shortcut, but it's not exactly it will work out. Maybe you can use this technique to remember this truth table. Clear? Imagine this AND truth table as multiplication. Imagine, okay? So that, see, you're not going to do any multiplication, but I'm telling that if you imagine the multiplication concept with truth, this truth table will work out accordingly. For example, true is nothing but 1, false is 0. Okay? If you take multiplication, anything into 0 is 0. Correct? So wherever you see false, see, true and false will be false. Wherever you see false, your outcome will be false. Yes or no? Only true and true will be true. So maybe it is easy to understand and you will remember it if you imagine or compare it this with a multiplication technique. Imagine AND as multiplication. Only true will be true. And other, like everything we have false. So whenever you see and if you see false, definitely your answer is going to be false. Okay, what about OR truth table? You can imagine OR as addition. Okay, so in addition, 1 plus 0 will be 1, 0 plus 1 also will be 1. Yes or no? Only 0 plus 0 will be 0. In that case, don't ask me whether it is 1 plus 1 it is true. You cannot do that. But just for some resemblance, I'm just giving this technique. So 1 or 1 will be 1 only. True will be true. Look at this. True plus false. 1 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. Then 0 plus 1 also will be 1. Then false. 0 plus 0 only will be false here. So when you remember this multiplication and addition, you will remember what will be the answer. Clear? So you can remember this technique. And coming to not truth table, very simple. Not true means opposite false. Not false means opposite true. Okay. So now you have to understand this truth table first of all. Now I'll tell you how we are going to implement this based on this truth table. What we are going to do. Are you clear with the truth table? Everyone? Yes, truth table operations on binary value. Only ones and zeros are there. Yes. Fine. So now your answer question will be like this only. Look at this. For example, I'll be having like this 10 less than 20. If you compare this, what will be the answer for this? 10 less than 20. Yeah, it's true. So you will have T over here. True. And 10 equal to 10. Again, it's true. So now what is the scenario here? True or true. So true or true is nothing but true. So if you run this, your answer will be true. Clear? So this is how we are going to apply. And other than that, I will tell you how we are going to use this logical AND and OR. It's very, very important. This is a basic. Okay. And what about this one? Can anyone tell me what is the answer for the second condition? 20 less than 15 and 35 greater than 40. What will be the answer for this? Let me look at the chat. Okay, I'm getting false. Okay. False. Okay, let me check what it is. So 20 less than 15, no. So false. And you're getting AND here. So if any one side false also, your answer will be false. Clear? So this is how we are going to perform even for AND, OR, and everything. Clear? Okay. So this is logical AND, logical operator, and next we have assignment operator. Assignment operator also we are going to implement when we are using conditional statement. Whatever the operator I'm telling you, we are going to use it in the further concepts. Okay. Assignment operator. Okay. For example, if I'm taking A equal to 100, then if we wanted to add like this, for example, A equal to A plus 10. And if I'm trying to print A here, what will be the answer now? 110. Correct? It is 110. So this equation A equal to A plus 10 can also be written in such a way like A plus equal to 10. Okay. So this is a short form of this expression. Okay, let me try it with this. If I'm giving A plus equal to 10, then also your answer will be 110 like before. This is assignment operator. See, like assignment operator will have plus equal to, comma. You can also try it with minus equal to, then multiplication equal to, comma, division equal to, Then a floor division equal to whatever the operators, arithmetic operators we have said, it works with everything. Exponent equal to, clear? What in case if I'm giving exponent equal to, what will happen? Any guesses for this? What will be the answer if I'm giving a exponent equal to 10? So the answer will be like this. A equal to a exponent 10. So now 100 to the power 10. Yes or no? So my answer will be some big number like this. Clear? So this is called assignment operator, which works with all the arithmetic operator. You can give equal to, where we are writing that equation, that expression in a short form. That is assignment operator. Clear? And coming to membership, and we have identity left. Membership is nothing but we have two things in membership. We are checking something actually. Membership. Two things you are going to check, whether in and not in. So which means I'm checking here. It's there or not there. See, whenever you're checking, comparing, your outcome will be in a Boolean format. Okay. For example, let me take a few data. For example, I'm going to take a list. Then let me take a string called Python. Let me take a few different data sets. The data types. I'm going to take a set. Okay. So now membership is nothing but, for example, I'm going to check whether I have 5 in the list A. So I'm checking that whether I have the element or number 5 in the list A. So I think we have. So the answer will be true. Clear? In the same way, if I check, if I have P and O, sorry, just type 0, P and O in B. What will be the answer for this? Let me look at the chat. Okay, you're telling false. How you're telling it's false? But the answer is right. But how you're telling is false? Because, let me run it. The answer is false. You may ask, ma'am, we have P and also O inside that string, but why it is false? See, I'm checking both together. I'm checking whether PO is next available. O is next to P or not. It should be together available. But see, P is in the first indexing and O is somewhere. We have the distance between P and O. So it will tell you false. Maybe if you check whether I have P, then it is true. If you're checking O separately, it will say true. And if you're checking for P, Y, now it will say true. Why? Because we have P and Y next together. Okay. So then it will say true. Otherwise, it is false. Clear? And if I'm telling P is not, PY is not in B, we have PY in B. Okay. So if I'm giving not in, then it will be false. Clear? Clear with the membership operator? You're going to check something in or not in. That is membership operator. Okay. And the last one is identity operator. So what can you find out from this operator? From the word identity, you can able to analyze that. We are going to look at the ID of the variable. Yes or no? So you're going to check whether the ID is same, is or is not. There we had membership in, not in. But here in the identity, you're going to check is not. Is the ID same or is not same? So you're going to compare that. So for example, let me take A equal to some hi and B equal to welcome. And let me give the ID also for both so that when comparing, it will be very easy. Let me take ID of A. Then you can also get ID of B. Okay, so now ID also will be printed, so it will be easy for us to check it and see. Now I'm checking whether A is B. It means I'm checking whether both the IDs are same or not same. What will be the answer? Any guesses? Definitely false. Definitely false, right? Why? Because both are different string, right? See, you can also compare the ID. See, the ID is different. Definitely it is going to be false. The ID is different. So when I compare whether A is B, A and B have the same ID, no, it's false. What in case if I'm giving both high, high? Then it will say true because both the IDs are same. You can even compare the ID. That's why I printed, I've just asked for the ID also so that it will be easy to compare. And you can check it whether the answer is correct or not. Clear? So you can compare it with different data, like and see whether they have same ID or different ID. Clear? Clear with the operators? That's it. We are done with the operators. These are the operators are very, very important and you should know when starting to write a code. I think we are done with all the concepts and we are now ready to write a code. Okay, because we know what are the components we have to use, what are the inputs, data types we have to use, and what are the operators can be used to solve the problem. So we are ready with everything and we can start writing a code. Clear? Any doubts so far? Let me know any doubts. So we are going to start with conditional statement. Conditional statements. If any doubts, let me know. Okay, I'm getting no, ma'am. Okay, fine. So you're clear till here, everyone. Just give me a S or thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay. So now we'll go with conditional statements. What are the conditional statements we have? We have if, we have else, we have elif. All these three are important conditional statements. So when do we go for conditional statement? For example, if you wanted to check some condition, for example, whether this number is positive or negative, even or odd, prime number or not prime number, for checking something, we go for conditional statement. For example, if I'm taking a equal to 100, and you have to check whether this number is positive or negative number. How can we write a conditional statement now? So we have a conditional statement called if else to check the condition. Let me tell you how to write a condition. For example, you have to give the keyword. Keyword is nothing but reserved words, right? So I'm going to use if. And here in the if, you are going to mention the condition. The syntax is you're going to mention the condition over here. So what is the condition I can give? If a is greater than 0, end your condition with the colon. Wherever you're using the reserved words like if, else, elif, that statement should end with a colon. Otherwise, you will get syntax error. Okay. Now, if a is greater than 0, I'm going to declare that number as a positive number. And if the a is going below 0, then it is negative number. How can I write that? So I've set the condition over here. If a is greater than 0, if you press enter, automatically see it maintains the indentation and is leaving the space. Why? Because whether it is for loop or while loop, if, else, elif, whenever you're writing all these concepts, the next line should be with the indentation. See, automatically when I keep the cursor at near the column and if I press enter, automatically it is going with the indentation. Clear? So if I write here, it will not accept. You will get again, for example, let me write it like this. See what will happen if I run this? You will get indentation error, which is called compiled error. Again, you will get that. So you have to maintain the indentation. Clear? Fine. So now I've just given the condition if a is greater than 0, print as positive number. What happens if the a value goes below 0? That is in a negative. So there I am going to use else. Okay? Else print it as negative number. Clear? So if I think the a is 10 now, so your answer will be positive. If you're giving as minus 10, then it will tell it is a negative. This is a basic way of writing if else condition. Okay, but we're not going to write a code like this. So you are going to keep this concept inside a loop, for loop or while loop. Okay, we'll see one by one. Before that, you have to know how to write a basic conditional statement if else. Everyone clear with this? Okay. Now, And also, for example, what in case if my A is 0 exactly here? Because I have set greater than 0 means positive, less than 0 means negative. What happens if my A is 0? Let's see. Now it is telling negative number. We can't decide, right? 0 is positive or negative. Yes. So what can we do? Let us add one more condition. Okay. See, if you are planning to give more than one condition, the first condition should be if and second should be elif. You should not use one more if, because we have a lot of drawbacks in that. Why? Because if you are giving multiple if, what will happen now? This else will work only for the one if. For example, imagine that I'm giving a lot of if statement here. What will happen? No, this else will work only for previous if. It doesn't work for rest if. This is one issue we have. And one more issue, in case if my condition, my program will check line by line, right? In case if the condition is satisfied with the first if, it should stop actually. It should stop the execution. But what will happen? Even though it got the answer, even though the condition is satisfied with the first if, still it checks for all the if condition, which again time consuming. Okay, it will take lot of time. So to overcome this only, they came up with a concept called elif. So if you're planning to give more than one condition, then you have to go for elif. Okay, so now I am going to tell that if A is equal to 0, see now I'm using the comparison operator, equality operator. Can you see? We're using all the, definitely if you're going to solve some problem statement, need, operator, components and everything. And here your input is in the form of integer. Okay, so that's why you have to be ready before writing a code with all these concepts. Now, elif is when A is exactly equal to 0. I'm going to print exactly this. I'm going to say that it's 0. Okay, and your answer will be it's 0 now. Clear? So if you're going for more than one condition, you have to use elif. First condition should be if, and second, third, further condition should be kept in elif. Clear? Okay. This is how you, okay. I'll give you one more problem statement for you. You have to check the given number. Given number is odd or even. How will you check it? Check the given number is odd or even using if else Python program. Okay, so how will you solve this? I'll give you one or 2 minutes to solve this, then I'll give you the answers. Can you give a try? I think you can take this program itself as a sample program and you can try to solve it. Give a try. I think you know what all the operators we have and how to. Yes, Mahantesh Swami. Yes, you have to see. Yes, Nagamani. Yes, I think everyone are giving the answers. Maybe if you keep your answer, post your answer in the chat also will be more good. I'll give you 1 minute. And here, no, you can also get input from the user. Okay, you can also get input from user. Input, enter the number. So that also you can do it. Okay. So here it will get input. If I take -8, it's going to tell negative number. Okay, you can also get input from the user. Now solve this. Okay, so let me give the answer. Okay, I think Lakshmi has given the answer. Good, your answer is right. Okay, see, try to get input from the user. Let me take this. Okay, so if Well, what can you write here? What the condition I can give here? If A modulo 2, I'm going to check the remainder. Why I'm checking the remainder here? If A is divisible by 2, then my remainder will be 0. Yes or no? For example, if the A value is 4, 4 is divisible by 2, so my remainder will be 0. So whenever I'm dividing the A value with 2, my remainder should be 0. If it is 0, then I'm going to print its even number. Then you can come to the else. Else say it's odd number. Clear? That's it. Okay. Now if I give 6, it's going to tell it's even number. Clear? Yes, very good. I'm getting a lot of answers. Good, good. It's nice to see the response answers. Great. Got it? This is how you can write if and else. If else, and also I spoke about how to give elif. Clear, everyone? Clear with the conditional statement? Okay, now I'll tell you one more thing. Okay, let me finish for loop and I will give you one more task so that it will be easy for you to cover, because I need loop for that concept. Okay, so now let's move to the for loop. What is for loop? See, for loop works only on the sequence data. What are the sequence data we have? Yes. Sequence data is nothing but iterable data. Iterable. What are the iterable data we have? Wherever you have indexing. For example, list, string, range, and see, apart from integer, float, boolean, concept, everything, I think it comes under sequence. We have range, we have set, dictionary, yes or no? So all these sequence data can be accessed with for loop. For example, I have a list over here. Okay. How can I access this list using for loop? The syntax for loop. First of all, I'll tell you what is the syntax. The syntax is for variable in sequence, any sequence data. Then here you can print the variable or whatever the block of code we have, we can write it inside. This is a syntax we are going to follow. Clear? So how can I access this list using for loop? How can I do it? Again, I'm going to take for keyword, reserved word. Variable can be anything. You can use I, X, Y, Z. It can be anything. Okay, I'm going to take I, then I in A, then end it with colon. I told if, else, elif, for, while, everything should end with a colon. Now, again, once you press enter, see the next line will be with the indentation. So please follow the indentation for all the conditional statements and loops and functions. Even for functions also we have indentation. Now, if I print I, what will happen? It will start taking the elements in the list one by one. Got it? So let me run it. First, it will take 2, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. Okay. If you want, you can just square all the values. For example, imagine I wanted to square I exponent 2. Now, after accessing all the I, every time it will square and print. Got it? 2 to the power 2, 4 to the power 2, 5 to the power 2, 6 to the power 2. So first time my I will be 2, then 4, then 5, 6, 7. So every time it is squaring. So whatever the block of code you wanted to write inside this for loop, it will work for each and every element when it is iterating the element. Clear, guys? How the loop is working, for loop? Yes, it is going to iterate the data. What in the case of string? How my loop is going to access the string? For example, if I'm having Python class, I'm going to use for loop for I in A, then I can end it with colon, just print I. What will happen? It will pick P, then by, then T, H, O, and then class. It will pick one by one. This is how it accesses string. Okay, and how you can access range of value. For example, for I, if I'm giving range of 10, what happens? See, in the range, if I'm not mentioning start and step, by default, my start will be 0, step will be 1. Okay, but definitely you have to mention the stop value. Okay, now if I print I, look at the range of values. How I'm accessing the range of values? Using for loop. If I print I, so it will start print from 0 till 9. Stop is exclusive. You have to remember all these rules. Every time, whenever you're having start, stop, step, stop is exclusive. If you're giving 10, it will take till 9. Okay. And this is how loop works with range. What about dictionary? If I'm having a dictionary, let me take a very simple dictionary, key and value, comma. Let me take one more key and value. I'm just dealing with numbers around as of now. Okay. So I have three. Actually, one key value, we used to call it as one item or one pair. Okay. So now how the loop, for loop will work on dictionary. Let me print I. Look at the answer. You will be getting only the keys. What are the keys I have here? 168. So remember one thing, as I said yesterday, dictionary, if you're accessing the you value will not be accessed directly. Only the keys will be accessed. If you wanted to get the value, you have to go for key and then only you can access the value. I think we have seen yesterday that. Okay, so if I print I, only the key will be accessed. So what in case if you want, ma'am, I want all the values. Very simple, you can just give a dot values here. A dot values. So now if you print the I, you will get only the values. Clear? You can also give keys. By default, actually, it is accessing the keys, so you don't have to give keys. Generally, see, normally if you give A, the loop will, by default, it is accessing the key only. So if you want value, you can just go and give values like this, and you can get only the values separately. Okay, and what in case if I want both? Any idea? You can give items. I told, right, one key value is one items. So you can give items. Now say it is taking key value, key value, key value. And this is how the loop will be iterated through the dictionary. Clear? Yes or no? Good. Now we'll see set, how the loop can be accessed with set. Okay, I'm wantedly repeating the element so that you have to understand how it is working. Okay. So I'm accessing set in a loop. I'm printing I. Look at the answer. Okay. So what is the answer over here? See, set doesn't have order. Okay, don't expect, for example, how 67, we have 4 here, 5, 6 here. How it is, we are getting 67 as the second element. I'll tell you again, set doesn't have order. Why? As I said, set is used to remove only the duplicate elements. If it is removing the duplicate elements, your element will be filtered, right? Then there is no order at all. It cannot maintain the indexing. Since it is removing the duplicate elements, you cannot maintain the order or doesn't have indexing, nothing. Clear? So that's why what happens now, after removing the duplicate elements, it is accessing the element. But you cannot accept the, expect the order. First, you should take 1, then 4, then 5, then 6, 67, then 7, then 8. You cannot expect the order. Why? Because set doesn't have order. Clear? So this is how the loop works with all the data types. If you wanted to iterate through all the sequence data type through for loop, this is how you have to iterate. Everyone clear? If you're clear till here, we can see one problem statement with respect to for loop. Okay, fine. Now, let me take the question so that it will be easy for you. Hold on. Okay. See, I'll just teach the concept. When I'm forwarding the material, I will give with more examples so that you can go through it. Okay, fine. Now, they have given the input as Python like this. Okay, and your output should be like this. They are expecting your output should be like this. How can we do it? Your input is Python and they are expecting your output to be like this. Any idea? Definitely have to go for loop concept. Okay, so first of all, let me take the input. The input is my underscore string str equal to Python. So now I can use for loop to access for I in my underscore str. Then if I print I, so you can able to see that it is accessing the letter one by one. Now almost we got this. The thing is, first time when it is picking P, letter P, it has to be printed once. And second time when it is accessing Y, it should be printed twice. And third time when my loop is going and iterating the third letter, that is T, that should be printed thrice. So the count increasing gradually. Okay, but we got to know how to access each and every letter through the for loop. But how can you print it twice or thrice? We are going to see that. Okay, for example, before that you have to initialize with the counter, because see, every time when my I is picking up each letter, there should be some counter to add it. For example, the repetition should happen. For example, first time my I should be repeated with repetition means, for example, I'll tell you what is repetition. For example, if I'm taking high, okay, then I'm giving multiplication symbol. Then if I'm giving 2, look at the answer for this. High will be repeated twice. Okay, if I'm giving high space, high will be repeated twice with the space. So this is called repetition. You can ask, actually this symbol is multiplication, right now, ma'am? How it is repetition? Okay, see, when you're dealing with numbers, this is multiplication. If I'm giving 5 into 2, then it is 10. So when it is dealing with integer and float, it is multiplication. But when it is dealing with other data type, then it is repetition. For example, if I'm giving this list 1, 2, I'm telling that repeat this list twice. Look at the answer here. This list 1, 2, 1, 2 will be repeated twice inside the list. Clear? That is called repetition. For example, if I'm giving welcome, so what will happen? The welcome giving space also. So welcome will be repeated twice. This is called repetition. Okay, I think now you got to know how to repeat this letter every time. Yes or no? You can give first time my I should be I into 1, and second time my I should be I into 2, and third time I into 3. Yes or no? Gradually I have to multiply. So for that, what you have to do? Any idea? Let me take this. Okay, see, actually, you have to initialize the counter every time. See, let me give counter here. Wait, let me take this. This is the answer. What I've done here now, I have initialized some variable called C. C is nothing but, you can take any variable. C is nothing but, it is a variable. I mean, it is a counter. Why I'm giving this counter in the sense, first time my I should be repeated one time. My repetition of I should be one time initially. So that's why I'm initializing the counter C equal to 1. And when my I is first time accessing the letter P, the count will be like this. Now it will be P into 1. So my P will be repeated once. That's why I'm printing that. And every time, can you see the assignment operator over here? What does it mean here? Every time I'm multiplying my C with plus 1, C plus 1. Okay, first time my C is 1. Second time, here it will be 1, right? So what will happen here? Let me tell you. So C equal to 1 plus 1. So now my value, next time when my I is iterating with the letter Y, my C will be 2 here. Yes or no? So now what will happen the second time? My I will be Y. then it will repeat twice. So y into 2, my y will be printed twice. And third time, again my c will be changed into 3. Then again what will happen? My t will be t into 3, t will be printed thrice. Look at the answer. Got it? Very simple. Any doubts? Let me. So through the loop, I'm accessing all the letter one by one. I'm taking the counter for the repetition, like how much times the repetition should happen. And every time through assignment operator, I'm incrementing my counter. First time 1, then 2, then 3. Clear? Everyone clear with this? If you're able to follow this, I think other programs also you will find it easy. Maybe if you're doing the self-study with more examples, you will understand loop, how it is working out. Good. Shall we move to the while loop? How does a while loop works? See, if you wanted to repeat the same task multiple times. Okay. For example, if I wanted to print a hello 10 times, what you will do? You can print it with a print statement. So one time it is printing hello. What in case if I wanted to print 5 times? So maybe we can do like this. Print hello, print hello, print hello, print hello. We can do like this. So my hello will be printed 5 times. What in case if I wanted to print hello 50 times, 100 times? You can't sit and write print hello, print hello. It's very difficult. In that case, if you wanted to repeat the same task multiple times, then you can go for while. Okay. So how can we write a while loop? First of all, we'll see what are the rules we have for writing a while loop. Okay. Let me show you. Okay, hold on. So these are the rules we have. Let me zoom. Okay, can you see it? Yeah. So while loop, first of all, you have to start with the initialization. Then after initialization, you have to give the condition checking. Then you can go for increment or decrement. So this is the syntax actually. This is the syntax. This is the syntax. Initialization, then you can give the while keyword and set the condition over here, write some block of code, and it should be ended with increment or decrement. Okay, so how can I do this task? How shall I print hello 10 times? So initialize with 0, then while you have to set the condition I should be less than or equal to 10. So it starts from 0 until 10. And what you have to end it with a colon, and then only the indentation will be maintained. Then I'm going to print hello. Hello. And if I give this, what will happen? I'm just giving this. What will happen? See, it will be printing. It will be keep on printing hello. There is no end at all. Why? Why it is running like this? See, there is no end. I'll stop it. It's not stopping. Okay, let me cancel it. Why? Because you haven't set the increment or decrement. Yes or no? Let me show you the code. Hold on. See, every time it should be ended with the increment or decrement. I will give you two problem statement after this. Okay. See, for example, I have to set this. Every time my I should be added with +1, and then it will stop till 10. See, my hello is printed 10 times now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. You can also start like from 1 and 1 till 10. So the count will be exactly 10. Initialization, then condition checking, give the condition. So where it should start and where it should end and what it should print, and every time the increment is very, very important. Clear? Okay, so the hello will be printed 10 times. So when you wanted to repeat the same task multiple times, then go for while loop. Clear? And for loop is nothing but whenever you know the iteration in advance. For example, if I have 5 elements in a list, you will know that exactly my loop is going to run 5 times and I'm going to do something with that list with all those 5 elements. In that case, go for while loop, for loop. And for this type of task, go with while loop. And for some scenario, both the loop will be working out. Clear? Okay. Are you clear with while loop? Now, I would like to give one task over here because we are done with conditional statement and for loop. You have to solve this question. Okay, let me give you. Hold on. Okay, so you have to write a Python code, maybe using for loop. You have to take a range of value between 1500 to 2700. Okay, and take the range of values between this, and you have to find out the value which number is divisible by both 5 and 7. Okay, let me take divisible by both 5 and 7. Can you try this? Write a Python code to find the value in this range 1500 to 2700. Okay, then which is divisible by both 5 and 7. Okay, can you solve this? Very simple. I think use for loop to access those range of values and keep if condition inside and check whether all the numbers are divisible by both 5 and 7. Can you give a try? Yes, I'll wait for one moment. So here we're going to keep the conditional inside the loop concept. So this is how you have to think and work. It's not like you are going to use only for loop separately, if condition separately, not like that. Finally, you're going to keep this conditional statement inside the loop. And finally, you're going to keep all the loop and conditional statement inside the function concept. We'll see next topic is going to be function. We'll see that. Is anyone done? You can just post your answer in the chat. Otherwise, I'll give the answer. Yes. So first of all, by using loop, let us access the range of value for in range of 1500 to 2700. So the stop is exclusive. So it will take before the value 2700. Okay. Then I'm going to edit with colon. So now if I print I, you know what will be the I? All the values inside this range is going to be I. Yes or no? See, you can just have a look. The range of values. I is nothing but all the value inside this range. Okay. Now you know what is I. Now here you're going to set the condition if I, maybe you can take like this. I is divisible by 5. I mean, the value should be divisible by both 5 and 7. So I'm going to include two conditions here. Listen carefully. I'm going to include two conditions over here. How can I include two conditions? By using logical and operator. I think in Venn diagram, when we are studying in the school days, Venn diagram, you here, no, if I'm drawing two circles, when you wanted to fetch the common value, you will shade the middle part and you will name it as and. Union, right? Union in intersection. You can imagine that. So union is nothing but logical and, where you are going to take the common value, which is where the I, every I, whenever I'm taking I, it should be divisible by both 5 and 7. And that's why I'm checking with the modulo. If that particular I value is, whenever I'm dividing by 5, the remainder should be equal to 0. And again, that I, the same I should be divisible by 7. If it is divisible by 7, your remainder should be 0. If it is satisfying this both condition, I'm going to print that I. Clear? Look at that. So I'm going to get the values which is divisible by both 5 and 7. Okay. So if you, for example, if you find difficult to scroll down, ma'am, I have a lot of values, it is hard to scroll down. I'll tell you how to do it. For example, you can take I comma, you can give end. At end of every value, I need a space. So inside the quotation, I'm going to give space because I have a lot of values one by one. So at the end of every value, I need a space. So if you give like this, you can be able to see all the values in a specified tab. See, you can just scroll it like this. It's easy to see, right? Instead of sitting and scrolling, you can easily view like this. Clear with this? Now see, we have taken a loop concept and we are using the condition inside that loop and we are able to solve a particular problem statement. This is how you have to think and implement it logically. Clear? Yes or no? Are you clear with this? Yeah, actually, you can use while loop also. I think Yuvraj have done that. You can look his answer in the chat. Okay. Everyone clear with this? Okay, I'll give you one more problem statement on while loop. Then I will move towards functions. Okay. Hold on. So you have a lot of examples to work on a loop. I'll give you. I'll give you in the material. You can just try it. The thing is, you have to understand the concept and how the loop is working. Now, can you try this question? Write a program to print the first 10 integers. And also, see, whenever you're printing that integer, the square also should be printed as well. For example, 1 means 1 square, 2 means 2 square, 4. So 2, 4. 3 means 3 and 3 square, 6. Have to get simultaneously like that. They have told you should use while loop. Can you give a try? Let me post the question in the chat. Please give a try. Yes, Tamil Shelby, the material will be sent. I think we are forwarding it on the daily basis. Please check with the concerned person. So write a program to print first 10 integer and their squares. I want 10 integer means what? 1 to 10 and also square of that 1 to 10 using while. Oh, sorry. I'll give you one more minute. Maybe whoever got the answer, you can give it in the chat. That's great. I'm getting a lot of answers. Good. But the thing is, Okay, I think you're giving the answers, but the thing is, I need both the original integer and also their respective squares. Mahesh and Lata, your answer is right, but your output should be like this. Let me show the output. See, it should be like this. Your output should be like this. Can you make it like this, your output? Where I should get 1 to 10 and also the square of that. And give the title. See, you have to make your output in a presentable way. That is very, very important as a faculty, right? We can't print as it is. Look at this answer. You know how the while loop works. Starting initialization and giving I equal to 1. Then I'm setting the condition till 10 and printing the I comma I square. That will work. For example, let me hide this line. Hold on. Let me hide the title and also this one. I don't want this one also. If I print this, you're going to get I and I square. See, like the answer will be like this. So I got the number from 1 to 10 and also the respective square of that 1 to 10. But when someone is looking at your code or outcome, will they understand what is happening here? Surely not. Yes. So what do you have to do? Give the title before the while loop. Give the title numbers. And why I'm giving tab space? Because I want the distance between those numbers and the square. So I'm giving the tab space. And also here also I'm giving the tab space. Now look at the answer, how good it is. So now I think whoever is looking at our output, they will understand, okay, they have printed the number and square of that number. Now how good it is, right? When you look at the outcome. So please present it in this way. Very simple. Before while loop, give the title number and tab space means the space between this number and square. So this space only I'm giving with the tab space called \t. T is for tab space. This is escape sequence. Okay. And again, while printing the I and I square, there also I'm giving the space because it should maintain right under number and square. I need to maintain space for all the value. So when I'm printing I and I square, I'm maintaining the space over there also. And this is how your answer will be. Clear? Everyone? Good. Okay. Your answer is right. But the thing is, make it presentable. That's it. I think everyone is trying with for loop also. That's great. It will work. See, as I mentioned, some scenario will work for both the loops, but it depends on the how they're asking. Sometimes they will insist to work on for loop and while loop. It depends. Okay. So now next we're going to see about functions. Okay, this is the syntax of function. For example, def, and you have to give the function name. Any name you can give. Like variable name, you can give any name as a function. You have to give the bracket, then end it with colon, and write some block of code, blah, blah. You can write any block of code. Okay. And finally, see here and all, we are using print, right? For example, if I wanted to see the answer, I'd be printing it. But instead of print in function, we use return. Okay. Finally, return the outcome. That's it. You're going to use return, and when this code is going to work, the function call is very, very important. Whatever the function name you're giving, by using that name, you have to call that function. Only when you call this function, your code is going to work. Otherwise, you will not get the outcome. Okay, so this is the syntax of the function. Okay, this is how you have to define. You have to use def keyword, give the function name, and write some block of code. And very important, edit with column. As I told, if else, elif, for loop, while loop, function, everything should end with column. And your next line should be with the indentation. That is very, very important. Clear? Okay. So now I told you the syntax of writing the code. Now I'll tell you why we are going for the function. See, whatever the concepts you have learned so far, function, for loop, while loop, if else, everything I'm going to keep inside the function concept. Why? For example, I think already we have seen a code for adding two numbers. Now again, I'm going to keep that code inside a function. Now I'm going to define a function name called add. Then I'm going to get input from the user. Input, enter the number, or else you can give a equal to 10, the answer by yourself, the value by yourself. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for variable b. Now, I'm going to print. You can use return. You can give return a plus b, or you can give print. Okay, I think you have to use a plus b. Hold on. Let me take c equal to a plus b. As I told, you can print c. Otherwise, if we are into the function, you can use return. Return c. Because function, whenever you're dealing with function, you have to use return statement to look for the outcome. Now, if I run this, see, it is not asking for the input. Why? It is executed. There is no error, nothing. It is executed, but it is not asking for the input. It means that it's not running at all. Just executed, but it's not running. Why? Because I didn't call this function. So you have to, only when you're calling this function, your code will started to execute line by line from the beginning. See, now it is asking for the input. If I give 7 and 8, now it is giving us the answer. Clear? So now what happened? Adding these two numbers, already we have seen this. Okay. I've just taken that same code and I've kept it inside the function. But why I'm keeping it in the function, I'll tell you. For example, I wanted to add two numbers. So you're going to write this code. What in case if I wanted to add this number again and again every time in different place, more than once? What you will do? You will sit and write this a equal to 10, b equal to 20, 3 equal to a plus b, print c. You're going to keep on write this task, write the same code multiple times. Yes or no? So this is again time consuming. In case, instead of writing it every time, if you keep it inside the function, what will happen? No, every time when you call this function, this functionality is going to work without writing this code. Got it? For example, let me go to some other place. Let me go to here, maybe the top or wherever I want. In the different place, if I'm going here, okay. If you add this, if you call this function, this functionality is going to work now. See, I didn't write that code again. Wherever you're going and calling this function, it is going to perform that functionality again without writing the code. That is the advantage of function. Wherever you can go and call it. Clear? So main advantage of function is reusability. The advantage of function is reusability. You can also add it. Advantage of function is reusability. Without writing that code, you are going to reuse it again and again by calling that function. Clear? So that is the main advantage of function. This is how you have to define a function and call it. Everyone clear with this? Good. Okay, now I'll tell you one more thing. This is the function which I have defined, but our developer already has defined multiple functions. I think yesterday in list we have seen lot of functions, right? Methods. What are the methods we have seen? Append, extend, clear, sort. We have seen everything. How those functions are working. It's not that I'm giving sort, so it is working. It's not like that. For example, if I'm sorting this list and printing it, what will happen? It is sorting in the order from ascending to descending. How this sort function is working? Because I'm calling this sort function. Look at the function call. It is same, right? Why? Because whenever I call this sort function, the developer has already written the code for the sort. If I'm calling this sort function, sort the number in the order from smaller number to bigger number. The developer has written a code in such a way and kept it inside this sort function. So whenever I'm calling this sort function, this functionality is working out. It's not that I'm giving sort, so it is working, not like that. Like how we did now. If I wanted to add two numbers, I'm giving some concept here, keeping it inside the function name, and I'm calling it. And then only this functionality is working. In the same way only, all the methods are working. Sort, append, extend. For example, if I'm appending something, how it is going and appending 100 at the end of the list? Again, the append function is written in such a way, the concept already written. By calling this append function, we are making use of that functionality. This is how the function concepts works. Clear, everyone? Now, why we are going for function and what is the advantage of function? Now, whatever we have seen so far, if else, elif, for loop, while loop, everything we are going to keep inside the function only. Why? Because there's a lot of advantage over here. Once you return that concept by calling it, you can use multiple times wherever you want without writing that code again and again. Clear? Got it? Any doubt? Let me know, please. And we have one more concept actually. Let me tell you. You can define one function inside another function, which is called nested function. Look at this code. Okay, so when I'm adding this add function, now it will perform two functionality together. So whenever it is getting two input, number one and number two, when I call add, what will happen? No, both addition and subtraction will work together. Look at here when I call this function. Now, if I'm giving two numbers, see it is performing addition and subtraction together. So which means by calling one function, I'm making multiple functionality to work. How? Because I have defined one function inside another function. So the sub function is nothing but we used to call it as local function, nested function. Why? Because this function is inside another function. So the sub function, you can call it as either local function or nested function. And what about add function? It is a global function. It is on the top. It is the first function. So that is global function. And how many other function you are defining this inside this add will be called as local function. Clear? And you can add, see whenever you're going and calling this add, wherever you're going and calling this add, now it will perform both addition and subtraction together. Look at here. Hold on. Now it will perform addition and subtraction both together. Clear? But I cannot call this sub function, which is a local function, I cannot call it globally. If I call sub separately, it will tell sub name errors. Name sub is not defined. Why? Because the sub is inside add, you cannot call it globally. This is not global function. This is inside add. So only when you add the sub will work. You cannot call it sub separately. Okay. Only you can call the global function. Only you can call the add function. Whenever you're calling add, both addition and subtraction will work together. Clear? How the function is working? Great. Okay, I'll give you one more example. I think we have seen the return statement. So return is nothing but whatever you're trying to print, you're going to keep it inside the return. Okay. And next we're going to see about, hold on. Okay, so we saw how to define a function, write a function, and call the function. So I left with one concept, two more concepts like list comprehension and how to use parameter in the function. Okay. Okay, I'll just tell you how to give a parameter now. The list comprehension, I will tell you tomorrow. Why I just folded that list comprehension topic in the sense because before I mean going to list comprehension, you have to be ready with loop concept, if condition and loop concept, and then only we can write. I mean, we can work on this comprehension. So now we are ready to work on this comprehension, but since almost we are end of the session, so I'll take that topic to tomorrow, list comprehension. Now I'll tell you how to pass the parameter inside the function. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, so if I wanted to get some range of values, let me share the screen. Okay, so now if I wanted to get some range of value, how will you get it? You just go like this and you'll get it like this. Yes or no? List of range of starting from 0 till 20 and step value is 2. If you run like this, you're going to get this answer. Very simple. But how can you implement this concept with functions? because it is easy. That they won't ask anything in an easy way. So how will you implement the same concept using function? Look at this code. See, I have defined the function name called my underscore range, and look at the parameter I have passed. See, whatever you're passing in the function, see, this line is function definition. This line is function definition. In function definition, whatever you're passing inside this bracket, it is called as parameter. Clear? And whatever the thing you're passing in the function call, that is argument. Okay, so what is parameter? Whatever you're passing inside the function definition is called parameter, and whatever you're passing in the function call is argument. And your parameter should always be variable, and argument should be always value. Okay, see now how I am using this while loop inside this function, I'm getting some range of value. So the function definition, I'm passing the parameter as start. First I have to mention the start value, then stop, then step. Okay, in the respective function call, you have to pass the value where I have to start from 0 and stop 30. 30 means it will take till 29. And I'm telling my step should be 2. Okay. Okay, we are done with passing parameter and the argument. How can you iteratively get those values? Then I have to go for this while loop. So what I'm telling, I'm setting the condition every time I start should be less than stop. In case if this condition is satisfied, I'll be entering inside. And if start is less than stop, print the start. So first time my start will be 0, so 0 will be printed. Next time, every time I'm adding my start with a step value, because see, if I'm printing from 0 to 30, step value is 2, right? So starting from 0, it returns 0, then 2, then 5, 2, then 4, it goes like that. See, if I run this, look at the answer. So starting from 0, it goes 2, then 4, then 6. Starting from 0, it is going to pick every second value. So you have to set like this. First, after printing the start, every time increment your start with the step. It will be like this actually. Start equal to start plus step. Every time it's going to be like this. Clear? So every time, first time it will be 0, 0 plus what is step? 2. So it is going to 0 plus 2 is 2. Then again 2 plus 2 is 4. So it is going to add, your start is every time going to be add with a step and it will be printed accordingly. Okay. So if you wanted to get some range of values, see how we are making use of the parameter and argument over here. Here. This is how we have a link between the parameter and the argument. And this is how it works. Okay. So let me give this code into the chat for the reference. Fine. And that's it for the today's session. Are you clear till here? So today we just saw how to work with conditional statement, loops, and how to handle the functions and how the function works, how to define the function, how to call a function. Yes or no? Let me know if you have any doubts. Otherwise, we can wind up and we can continue tomorrow. Hope you are able to follow, right, whatever we have seen today. Because see, whatever we have seen in the previous tutorial was basics. From today, we are going to work on some technical concepts. It's going to be like this only. Because theory is almost, we are learning theory only. So practical is very, very important. Okay. Let me know if you have any doubt. I hope everyone clear till here, right? Whatever we have seen. Give me an S. Thank you. I'm getting thumbs up. Okay. What about others? Okay, thank you all. We'll continue to work. And the materials will be sent today. Okay, so whatever we are seeing on the respective day, you will receive the material. I hope you received the material for the previous session. Yes or no?
Yes, madam.
Oh, thank you, MC. Fine, thank you all. I hope everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.